Hi everyone, are you interested in Costa Rica real estate market? Well, today's video, we're going to talk about 3 important facts everyone must know about Costa Rica real estate. I am John Ordonez and welcome to Luxury Homes Costa Rica's show. Let's jump right to the information and try to watch to the end because the last one is the most important one. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about MLS listing. In Costa Rica, we do not have MLS listing. It is not official. There is no official MLS listing. Okay, there are a few websites or programs that call themselves the official MLS listing in Costa Rica, but it's not true. In Costa Rica, we work with an open listing market. So an agent or a company working in a specific area or location, they're gonna have access to almost all available properties in that specific area or location. So if you are looking for a property in a specific area or location and you go to the web and you search for that property, you're gonna be looking at the same properties all over and over. Sometimes the pictures may look different, but at the end of the day are the same properties. It is very rare in Costa Rica that a company gets exclusives. There are some that get exclusives, but it's not customary in Costa Rica. Even the famous brands, you know, whatever, you name it, no problem. In Costa Rica, people don't do that, and the percentage is very, very, very low. All right, so it's good that you understand that and know, because when you are looking for properties before coming to Costa Rica, sometimes it's confusing. You know, I know because I have talked to many clients and it's confusing. They come here and they say, well, what's going on with that property? I saw this property, I saw that other property, and most of the time, when they send me a listing that they like, probably is a listing that, in my case, I already showed them. You know, I send them a link or whatever, or if they are in Costa Rica, sometimes it's a property that they already saw with me or even with somebody else. So have that in mind. Costa Rica doesn't have an MLS listing like any other countries. Well, we should have it, but it's difficult, you know, so right now it is not offered. In our second point, we're going to talk about time. Costa Rica real estate market is always been slow. Even when the market was in its peak, around 1995, 2000 or so. At that time, still properties were being sold a little faster, but still very slow comparing to other countries. So if you're looking for a property now, you know, if you're planning to come to Costa Rica, your company is moving you to Costa Rica or anything like that, and you're looking at properties in websites, it's very possible that within six months, a year, you're gonna still be looking at those still active properties that are still there for sale and sometimes for rent. You know, rental market moves a little faster, but you know, in Costa Rica is very slow, and now the market is super slow. So right now the time has increased when selling a property. So even when you see an ad that is very old, the better practice is ask for that property. Sometimes people go to the website or different ads and they see the time when this ad was published, and people don't call because they think the ad is too old and that. So if you like a property, just contact the person, contact the listing agent, because the property may still be active and available. So Costa Rica real estate market is slow. That's a very important factor. Even when you are selling, if you're selling a property, you have to know that you have to count with the time. I mean, it's not that you put a property up for sale and in 1 or 2 months it's going to be sold. It could happen, but it's one, you know, in, let's say 1,000 or something like that. 1 in 100 or something like that. Is not happening all the time, and even is more slow now. All right. So have that in mind. Look for properties on internet, and even if the ads are old, if you're interested in that specific property, just contact the person. No problem. Property, I'm telling you, there's a lot of possibilities that the property is still available. All right, before we go to the last point, if you have found this information valuable, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss anything. And if you want to help us grow and spread the message, please share this video with your friends, family, or anybody that you know that is planning to come to Costa Rica for any reason. Okay, so this is, I believe, the most important recommendation or point that we're gonna touch in this video. Have you ever heard about the gringo price? Gringo price is basically called to a situation where a property or a product is being offered to a foreigner with an overprice, with a substantial overprice. It is real and it happens. I know that it happens here in Costa Rica, but also happens in a lot of countries in Latin America. Mostly offered to North Americans and other people coming to all these countries from Europe and all these other countries where they don't speak Spanish. So be very careful with that. In our case, we think it's obviously unfair, it's unprofessional, and we don't share that type of working. In our case, we try to protect our clients and avoid those situations. And my advice to be able to avoid this are the following. Okay, people, so how you can avoid the gringo price? Okay, you have to do the homework. Look at the market, search for information, analyze the market. You don't have to become a super expert, but analyze the market and search for that specific location where you're looking at this property, search for the listings, search for all that. Work with a professional company, with a professional real estate agent. You know, you can see if this person or this corporation or agency is professional. There are so many ways. You can go to their Facebook page, you can go to their website, you can look at the location where they have their offices. All those things are gonna give you much more assurance that you're working with a professional in the area, right? Those are two very important things. Then after that, you gotta ask. If you see a different price, just don't be afraid and talk to the agent, talk to your real estate agent or the persons or the people that you're working with in this process, and ask him if you see like a different price in a specific property that you're trying to coordinate a visit, to negotiate or anything like that. Everything right now is online. So be careful with that and do the homework, and don't be, don't pay over prices, that you shouldn't be paying. But it's real, it happens. I have seen it, and I have seen it from other people that have told me, but I also have seen it online. But I know that from my colleagues or professionals, they don't do that. I see that for people that I almost never see in the game, I never see in the market, I never see working in real estate, but all of a sudden they have a client for, I don't know, whatever reason, and this person is maybe believing in this person or whatever, and then things like this happen. Okay, but be very careful about that and do those three things or four things, or all these advices that I gave you, and you're gonna avoid that much better. And also about this last point that we were talking about, I want to add that if you're selling a property, well, try to control your listing. If you decide to put a property for sale or even for rent, if you're gonna work with different agents, do it, but try to work with professionals and have a control of your property, of your listing. So everybody has the same price, everybody is being updated with any changes in the prices or the situations. So this doesn't affect your property, because at the end of the day, if your property is being offered, when you're selling, even renting, when you are offering your property and then a client comes and is looking at your property, but on different websites, they're managing different prices, this is gonna be a bad sign for the potential client. So just have control of your property. Okay, that's the last part I wanted to say about this topic. Okay people, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it interesting, and I'm glad to see you here. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna post right now, right here in the video, some other very nice videos that could be of your interest. Okay, so consider watching those as well, and I hope I can see you soon.